Good morning, folks. The time is 9:21 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 4th of the 4th. That's right, the 4th of April, 2025. Of course, that's the 5th for my friends there on the other side of the planet. Hello, Australia. Hello, Melbourne. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing great. My name's Lee. I'm the guy that started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. That's both groups. That's right. We've got two groups, my friends. And you, my friends, are you, and you're freaking awesome, my friends. You know why? Because you helped me build these groups. That's right. You helped me build the groups called Well, I Thought It Was Funny, and those groups would be nothing if it wasn't for you. Therefore, you're awesome. You know, between those two groups, we've got about 640,000 members. In the original group, we've got 638,000, and, well, let's call it 639,000 members in there. And I call that the funniest village on the internet, population us. And then in our other group, the little more intimate group, we've got 1,215 members, and I call that the funniest village on the internet, population us, my friends. We are funny people, we're living in a funny place, and we are making people laugh. We sure are, my friends. If I sound a little froggy this morning, my friends, it's because I've got a cold, or at least the beginning of a cold, and I don't feel great. I'm sorry. Little tired, didn't sleep great last night because I was up coughing, but nothing major, just a little bit of a cold. But this might be a bit shorter video, my friends. I am so sorry. Just it's a little tough to talk, and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, and I feel like I got a cloud between my eyes and my brain, my friends. So that's what's happening this morning for me. But you know, last night I worked a Calgary Flames game, and it was a fantastic game. It was the Flames versus the Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks, not actual ducks. That would be kind of interesting. And you know what? The Flames scored. Nazem Kadri, number 91 of the Calgary Flames, scored in the first 14 seconds of the game. But they put on a real exercise in good hockey last night, my friends, and it was a pleasure to watch. It was a pleasure to work. I have a great job, and I've got a great section that I work in for Calgary Flames games. I absolutely love my season ticket holders, friends. Really fun job, and it's really fun when the team is playing well. I tell you, and boy did they play well last night. That was such a good game. And since I'm not feeling great today, folks, I don't think I have a lot of plans. I got to do a small little laundry. Wendy is heading to Mexico for 7 days as of tomorrow. No, I'm not going, but I don't feel bad. She's going with the girls. She's going with her friends, and they're going to Cabo. Hope she has a great time. I'm going to do a little bit of laundry here to make sure that she's got everything ready to go tomorrow. But she's been packed for over a week. She's been so excited, friends. I can pack. Give me 20 minutes and I'll pack well. But that's just me. Less complicated. Jeans and t-shirt guy, right? Well, if I was in Mexico, probably t-shirt and shorts guy. But either way, I'm going to do a little bit of laundry today, and then I'm just going to rest. And it's not like I've been stressed or working hard or something like that. I just don't feel great, my friends. But I am not going to skip one of these videos. I told you I'm going to be here today. I'm here today, my friends. Especially now. We're still celebrating getting the big group back, right? And I don't want to do one video there and then say, sorry, folks, I'm skipping today. It's not the way I operate. But, folks, I want to hear what you're doing today. I really do. Why don't you let me know if you got something exciting happening today, if you got something mundane happening today. I don't care. I'm just interested. Do I got a big dossier on you? No, not at all. What I have is just a general interest and a feeling that I should connect with a few of you, my friends. So if you want to share it, I'll talk about it. Tomorrow I'll be happy to do that. But right now we are at the portion of the video where I feature two great posts from two great members of the groups, like you, my friends. Now one of them is a great member of the group, and one of them is this jerk that has been making my life hell since 1969. And that guy's name is Lee. Oh, wait a minute, that's me. That's right, I got two posts today, and being a little selfish or self-centered or self-promoting or whatever you want to call it, but I'm sharing one of the ones that I shared yesterday. Well, because I made myself laugh. It happens sometimes. And the other one is from a good friend of mine, Corey Buckner, who I've talked about many times. And Corey's got a great post that I'm going to share today too, my friends. So we're going to start off with Corey's post right now, bringing that up, my friends. And I could even hear the voice that this thing would be using. And it's weirdly, it's one of the fish from SpongeBob in my head. It's one of the fish from SpongeBob. One of the voices. Oh my gosh, it's I don't know. This makes me laugh. Now I am tired. Maybe a little Feel a little punch drunk. Oh, I need more sleep. But man, Corey, this really made me laugh. And this is not fake laughter now, folks. This is a person not being able to control himself. Corey, I love it. Thank you, and I know you made somebody else laugh out there with that, Corey, at least a few people. So I'm going to drop that one down. Excuse me. And I'm going to bring up my post, my friends. No, this is definitely my post, because that's a picture of me. I took this years ago when I was working at a company called Shaw. I was in the call center. Some googly eyes. That was my profile photo for years, actually. But that is the face I make when people are arguing in the comments of a meme that's supposed to be funny. I'm going to have to do a newer version of that photo with a high-resolution camera. But sometimes I make myself laugh, folks. But I tell you, I'm not kidding. When I see people arguing over a meme that's supposed to be just funny and they're taking it seriously, this is you can just picture this. Folks, I want to say thank you, Corey. I'm not going to thank myself, of course. That's just stupid. But thanks, Corey, for that great post. And folks, there were a lot of great posts to pick through. I just, well, that one that I've shared, I've shared it a long time ago, but I decided I wanted to share it today because I had to reshare it yesterday. Made me laugh. And Corey, your posts always make me laugh, my friends. Folks, we get a lot of great posts, and we want even more. So just keep them coming. Just flood us with your posts, folks. Make us busy. You know, the funnier we are, the busier we are, and the funnier we are, the greater we are. Because we're all about the funny, friends. So make everybody laugh by posting your stuff. And don't forget, there are two groups, my friends. There's this group here, well, I thought it was funny without the comma. And then there is, well, I thought it was funny. Well, right now it says, well, I thought I was funny because I messed up renaming it. Rises from the Grave. That's the other one. That's our original group. That's the one that has 638,000 members. And then, of course, well, I thought it was funny without the comma. That one has about just over 1,200 amazing members. So we've got two great groups. So don't forget, there's two of them, folks. Oh, and I made a mistake renaming our original group because they had changed it to some weird name like Discount Codes and Coupons. They being the scammers that had stolen it for a while. Well, I meant to make it say, well, I thought it was funny, Rises from the Grave. I was going to do that for a month. It's called, well, I thought I was funny, Rises from the Grave. It's legit. It just turns out that I'm not a stickler for detail and I missed the T in that. And I can't change it for another 27 days, my friends. So if you do see that, it's not a scam. And I'm going to try to remember to put a link to it, to the the original group, in our show notes. So if you want to check it out, if you want to make sure you remember, you'll be able to get to it really easy, my friends. You know what, folks? We're at that part of the video where I got to find out where we are. I'm pretty sure I told you what time it was when I started the video, and I am starting the video a little later today because of this cold issue. Then I know I told you what the date was on this side of the world, and on the other side of the world, hello, Melbourne. Sorry, folks. It's tradition. Then I told you about the hockey game last night, and I whined to you about this cold that I have, and I'm continuing to whine about it. And I asked you about your days, my friends. I'm really always interested in your days. I'd like you to let us know. We'd love to share that. Then we shared a couple of fantastic posts by one great person, and the other one was me. Thank you very much, Corey. Thank you to everybody for your posts, of course. Then got this confused human to this spot, and from this spot, I think there's only one place to go, and it's got to be, I don't know, maybe it might be the bad jokes. Have you heard of quiet tennis? It's like regular tennis, but without the racket. I got fired from the clock factory. All I did was put in a couple extra hours. I got a new job at the soup factory. The stock options are great. Why did the police arrest the chicken? They suspected foul play. I don't usually joke about hard liquor, but I'll give it a shot. My friend Pete thinks he was reincarnated. We call him Repeat. If you ever need me, well, let's just say you're in way more trouble than you know. To the man who stole my identity, who the hell do you think you are? Escaped convicts make the worst authors. They never finish their sentence. How does a penguin make pancakes? With its flippers. Thank you, folks, for coming back for those bad jokes every single day. And thank you to my friend David Knapp, and I'm glad I can call him my friend. He said it was okay over a month ago that I call him my friend. Thank you so very much, David, for the jokes that you share with me, like every day, man. And that's got to be tough, because I look for jokes every day, and it's hard to find jokes that you haven't seen before, especially these style of jokes. So, David, you do an awesome job. I say it every day, but I don't want you to think that I'm just taking advantage of you or whatever, man. I really appreciate it. I don't think you think that at all. It's just my brain's not working right now. But thanks, David. Keep them coming in. Anytime I see the jokes coming in from you, it makes me happy. Excuse me. And folks, I want to tell your jokes too. I want to tell everybody's jokes. So what I want you to do, send in some jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. But you know what would be even more cool? This is just an idea I've had before. Send in your jokes. Of course, send in your jokes. But if you want to tell a joke, why don't you send in a video of you telling one of your jokes? If I can use it, I will. And what I want to do is I want to get 10 people telling 10 different jokes and make one of our daily joke videos. Just you folks telling jokes. I think that would be kind of cool. If you want to do that, just send that video to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny. Same place you send your jokes anyways. Jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny. If you're having any trouble recording a video or you're not sure what to do, just, contact me on one of these videos here and ask and I can tell you how to do it. I think that'd be fun. I don't know if you think it'd be fun, but I'd like to try that, my friends. And of course, we got a penguin joke in there. I have a penguin joke. I try to have a penguin joke in all of the videos. It's getting a little more difficult because I'm running out of penguin jokes. Why? I get them from Penguin Biscuits. These Penguin Biscuits come from the UK. I can find them here in Calgary, but I have to go to specialty shops and they cost quite a bit. And at the same time, if I buy more than one package of jokes from one of these shops, I get the same jokes in both packages because they're getting all their stuff from the same lot, from the same box. I totally get that. I want to get some from the UK and maybe from a couple different places in the UK, from a couple different people. That way I have a little more distribution of jokes, better chance to get different jokes. Please help me out. If you're in the UK or if you have a friend in the UK, let's make this happen. We'll call it the Great Biscuit Caper, and we'll have a little bit of story how I got these, how you helped me get these penguin biscuits. And of course, I'm going to pay for them. I don't want you to pay for them. I'll pay for the biscuits and the shipping. Just want to make this happen. I think we're going to have a cool story if it does happen. And I'll have some more penguin jokes so I can continue telling the penguin jokes every day, my friends. You know what's an even better idea? There's a company called McVitie's. That's right. And they're owned by a company called Platis. They're the company that makes these wonderful biscuits called penguins. Platis/McVitie's, I'm speaking to you or anyone at your company that can help me out here. I tell these jokes every day. Every single day. I tell one of your jokes every day. I tell people where it comes from. I show your logo right there. And you know what? You should sponsor my joke video. Do the right thing. It's gonna be cheap. I mean, come on, I'm easy to work with. I'm gonna want a supply of the jokes. That's the number one thing. But I would love it if that supply of jokes came with the biscuits. But if not, just a database of your jokes. I always credit you, and maybe a little bit of cash, but it's going to be so little it'll make no dent in your advertising dollar, but it'll make a big dent over here, my friends. Help out a small content creator who's already helping you out. Come on, Platis/McVitie's. Let's make something beautiful happen. Hey friends, I just want to quickly talk to you about the Well I Thought It Was Funny store. That's right, we've got some great products out there. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got coffee cups, we've got phone cases, and now we've got tote bags. Let me show you what we got, folks. Here, take a look at that. We've got that 3/4 sleeve rock shirt there. I love those things. That's what I'm wearing right now. We've got their standard t-shirt. That's a Gildan t-shirt. That's a high quality t-shirt. We've got our 15-ounce coffee cup. My gosh, look at that coffee cup. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Wouldn't you love to be sipping your coffee or tea from that? I think you would. Then we've got that phone case right there. And then we've got the hoodie. The hoodie of all hoodies. This hoodie feels like a hug. Check it out, my friends. And you know what else we have? Something that doesn't get talked about enough. We've got a tote bag. Why are we talking about a tote bag? Because our amazing member, Rose Glad, got her tote bag in the mail. She loves it, and check it out. That's right, not only is this tote bag great for your groceries, according to Rose, it is great for hauling around your rubber chickens. That's what I call an endorsement, my friends. That's the kind of an endorsement I like. Rose, you rock. You really bring it, Rose. Thank you so very much. That's the best endorsement I can have. So, folks, Sorry for the interruption, but if you really want to help us out, check out our store. We've got something there for you. And if you do buy one of our products, we want to see a picture of you with it, because you're beautiful people. We want to see you with our beautiful products. And folks, this is a little more uncomfortable here, but I want to mention something that we have. We've got a donation page. That's right. You see this QR code right here? You see this link on the bottom of the page? And if you go into our notes at the top of this video, there's a clickable link that'll bring you to a PayPal page. And on that PayPal page, it asks you for $2, $3, or $5 donations. And I want to stress that those are Canadian dollars, so if you're in the States, it's significantly less than that $2, $3, or $5, because your dollar's worth more than ours right now. And now you're probably asking yourself, why does a Facebook group have a donation page? Folks, between the two groups, we're looking at about 640,000 members. That's a lot of posts being submitted every day, and it's not always good stuff. In fact, there's a lot of stuff that we have to go through and get rid of. It takes a lot of work to make sure that the good stuff gets through, the funny stuff gets through, and then the garbage, the political posts, the spamming, the scamming stuff gets tossed to the side. And we're doing that work. That work takes hours every day, my friends. If you want to help out to make that make sense for us putting all that time in, donate $2 or $3 if you've got it, or $5. And once again, if you're in the States, it's a lot less than that. It's going to go a long way to helping us out. And 50% of all of our donations will go towards the Calgary Humane Society. Well, folks, I'm glad we made it to here, and that's because I didn't know I was going to make it to here. I have got a lot of edits in this video because I really sound horrible, but it's worth it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to not make a video if I'm physically capable. And I'm physically capable of making a video. This is just a cold. And you folks are worth it. You definitely are worth it. These videos take a lot of work, and it may not seem like it. And I think the main reason they take a lot of work is because I'm not a very good video editor, not because there's a lot of work to be put into the video like this. But I do this, and I do it every day because I feel like this is one way that I can say thank you to you all, because I don't know how to say thank you to thousands of people for just being part of something that I created. And that's what it is to me. I created something, and you folks decided that it was worthwhile, and you came here, and I think, well, I owe you something for that, because you didn't have to come here. There's a lot of places on Facebook, there's a lot of places on the internet that are funny, really funny, but you've decided this was a worthwhile place. So I'd say thank you to you, my friends, and thank you for everything you post, because you make people laugh. You really do. You make a lot of people laugh out there. And when you make people laugh, my friends, you do something amazing. And you've done amazing things. I mean, as I said at the beginning, and I'd always repeat myself, you've made these groups amazing, my friends. I just put the framework out there back in April 24th of 2024. That's right, not even a year ago. I built the framework. I started sharing a few posts that I thought was funny. And why? Because I thought it was time that I couldn't find a group that encompassed what I thought was funny. So I thought, started myself. By the end of, I started in April. By the end of August, I think we had 80 people, 90 people, or something like that. But by the end of September, we had 100,000 people, my friends. Crazy. Now we're sitting at about 640,000 members. And we almost lost it all. We almost lost 638,000 of those members when the first group was stolen from me back on the 21st of April. But we got it back. We had a lot of cleaning up to do, and that group seems to be a little shocked. Like, people don't realize they can post funny stuff again. We're trying to get them going, And then we've got, the other group, the one that kept us going while that group was stolen. That group means so much to me, because it's more intimate. I feel like we're a lot more closely gelled as a group. I don't know if that's the right term in that one. So, I got to be real careful going forward. I want to make sure that that group doesn't get ignored at all, because that group kept me going while I was trying to get the other group back. So I need to get some more mods for that group, because it deserves to not be ignored. It deserves to be nurtured, and I really think that one's going to be big, just like the other one. But it's going to take a while to get there. And of course, getting back the what I call the main group, because it was the first group that meant a lot to me, because it meant a lot to me when it got stolen from me. And I gotta be honest, friends, it got stolen because I had a moment of weakness trying to set up advertising, and I saw the money, the potential for making some money, I should say, and I let my guards down. And I am a pretty tech savvy individual, and I ignored some red flags and it got taken away. Luckily, there was somebody out there that really obviously believed in us, and they really wanted to help us out, because there was that shadowy figure that I mentioned yesterday that's been helping me along the way. But I wasn't too confident that they were helping me until all of a sudden everything was good. So, yeah, I'm just babbling right now, folks, but I'm just telling you what, I guess the state of the union here or whatever. But folks, I want you to know I really appreciate both groups. I appreciate everybody in both groups. And I think I might be reaching out or hope some people reach out to us to be moderators but maybe both groups. But I definitely want to make sure that not the lesser group, but the smaller group of the two gets the attention it needs, because I don't want it to be neglected, because you folks have just made that amazing. We've had a month and a half where it was just the only group, and you made me laugh every day. You made a lot of other people laugh every day, and the group still exists. So help me out with that one. If you want to help out, reach out. It's tough choosing moderators for a group of that. So, I'm not going to say yes to everybody. If you folks do, if I get a big flood of people, I may not get anyone asking to be a moderator anyways. But we're gonna make sure that both groups get the attention that they need, and they're both going to continue to grow. As I said, the bigger group seems a little shocked. Like, people are just starting to realize that the funny stuff is back, right? And we want to make sure that group, we want to wake it up. We want to wake up that group again. And it's going to happen. I mean, we've already got a lot of positive messages from people saying, oh, we're glad you're back and all that. So, and I'm just babbling, my friends. I really am. You know what I'm saying. At least hopefully you know what I'm saying, because I said it all. I just don't know how to end that part. But yeah, so glad to have both groups again. And I just don't want you to think that if you've been part of this, the smaller of the two groups for that last month, making it amazing, we're not going to let that, we're not going to let it suffer. We're going to nurture it and make it even bigger than it already is. I mean, maybe we'll have two groups over 100,000 or two groups over 600,000. Who knows? But even if we don't, that's such a nice, intimate group that it's very, very important, my friends. Friends, you're just all awesome, and I'm just so happy that you're part of this group. And I'm just so happy to be part of a group with you. I'm going to be here again tomorrow, my friends. Hopefully we'll have a few new people. I'm pretty sure you're going to be here. And boy, we have a fun group, don't we? All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.